It's Motivational Monday, and it's Monday morning, and we've made it. Welcome to our platform. I'm Coach Kenya with IRIS Coaching Firm. This is our daily reading where we look at all the things that we may be facing that could be holding us back. Good morning, good risings, grand day it is. If you have breath in your body, you are winning already. So good morning to each and every one of you. I'm your girl, Coach Kenya, and I'm so glad to be alive. Listen, it was a couple times when I woke up in the morning when they was telling me I was going to die. So I know how to be grateful about being alive. Good morning, Suzanne and Nikki. Nick, is it Nick? Good morning, Nick and Suzanne and Tina and Miss V, Jenny, Kamala. Good morning. My name is Coach Kenya. I keep it really simple here, Roxanne. What I like to do is come live once a day and talk to you a little bit about motivation and inspiration and the fears that can be holding us back from reaching our goals, like it did for me, as you can see in the photo. I feel like one of the reasons why I struggled with weight so long is that I had so much going on emotionally, and that I lived in multiple fears of guilt, shame, and fear. Thank you so much, Shauna, for the gift. I'm so appreciative. I appreciate you. Good morning and welcome in, beautiful. And I felt like, now that I look back at my journey, I felt like one of the reasons why I really struggled was because I was living in so much fear of the unknown, things that I didn't even realize were forms of fear. And so what I decided to do about 67 days ago was I would come live. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Kelly, for being here. Thank you. Is it Telly? Telly for being here. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Comfy Woman. Welcome in. Thank you, Shorty. My name is Coach Kenya. I used to weigh 592 pounds. And as I was saying, one of the things that I was trapped with was fear. And so coming from my actual deathbed and on hospice to lose over 479 pounds, I never thought, that's not why I did it. You know, many of us have the luxury of starting this journey ready. We have the luxury of our bodies still moving, our arms and limbs still working, and we get enough notification and warning in time to do something about it. But some of us, it gets to the point where it becomes a little bit heavier than we anticipated, and so we're not able to bounce back. And as a result, the weight packs on, the solutions get bleak, and the situation gets desperate. And for me, it got to my deathbed. And I pray that that does not become the story for any of you. But today we're going to be highlighting our 3-piece resistance bands, my 5-week transformation program. I like to keep a copy of the of the cover of it, because people always tell me which program. So I printed out a cover so that when you go over there to look for the program, you know what the 5-week program looked like, which does give you 5 months of daily coaching. Okay, so this morning, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Thank you for the loves, and thank you for the gifts. As I say, we're going to be featuring, I actually, this is what I do with the band, the small band. After I wake up in the morning, do my prayer and meditation. I've talked about this several times before. I take the band. Let me just show you a little trick here, because many of you are tight on time and need a solution to kind of get your body in that kind of burning and activity mode and to build your stamina. So if you remember before, I talked to you a little bit about how you can go to your office desk and you can put this band on, and you can literally utilize the band. If you can't see it on the one up here, I'll hold the medium band up so you can see it, but you guys down here can see it, okay? If you, and I'll just hold the band up so you can see it. Let me get it right in a good view for everybody, okay? So if you put the band on your upper thigh, okay, on your upper thigh, if you work from home and you work seated, the band is actually got this extra stripping in it, okay? And what I've done is, because I was so sick, so large, but couldn't do nothing but work certain parts of my body, I've been using these bands for over 8 years. I know you're probably thinking, what, how, 479 pounds? I didn't only use the bands, I did a combination of things, but where I started was simple. The reason why I started with simple is because I was too sick, too big, too tired, and too defeated to do anything else. So I had to find a way. I had to find a way to be able, good morning, grandmother, to be able to start moving my body, but not stressing my body out. Okay. Now, if you are in my TikTok right now, my one of my newest clients is joining us this morning. Grandmother, give her a shout out, guys. She's been working her plan and planning her work, and she's beginning to see the difference. And I just want to take a second and have you guys tap the like button for those of you who out there on a wellness journey, doing your thing, doing what you need to do, showing up for yourself, and you're really reaping those results. You know, I'm a true believer that it doesn't matter what you're doing to reach or get your weight loss results. I believe that if you are engaging your mindset and doing things that are sustainable, regardless if there's a COVID or Rock Vid or Rick Vig or Nick Vig, none of that, you can still succeed. If all the medication goes away in the world, can you still succeed? If all the medical interventions go away in the world, can you quiet your own food noise? Can you quiet your own obsessions? Do you have a skill and a method and a plan if your current plan ain't sustainable? Can you continue to do what you're doing right now at 90? These are the questions we want to ask ourselves. And if the answer is no, I don't want to be taking injections at 90, I encourage you to engage your mindset to figure out where your stronghold might be so that you can learn to shut the food noise out too, right? Right? So that you can learn to shut the cravings off as well. So that you have the mindset needed to shut it down. So regardless if your tool is available in the moment or not, you can shut it down, right? So we want the tools to be successful enough. I'm getting a little cold. The tools to be successful enough for us to actually succeed. You guys, I have a condition where if you look at my fingertips, I closed the vent and I put the jacket on. I put the jacket on because I was cold. I opened the vent because I was hot. And now I closed the vent because I was hot, and now I'm cold. So I'm just gonna try to get myself a little warm. Okay, it's part of my little condition, so it's another life, it's another story. But if you can see, I have a port in. It's a part of a condition I live with. I live with it happily. I don't need a bunch of remedies or nothing like that. We got it over here. Thank you so much. So really appreciate it. As I was saying, the bands give you, meal plan gives you B, your eat better portion. The mindset gives you C, your live better portion. The goal is to attack your journey, eat better, feel better, live better. Say it with me. Eat better, feel better, live better. Say it with me. Eat better, feel better, live better. The goal is to have a foundational base in each area, meaning I have a foundation with my nutrition, meaning no matter what state I'm in, what country I'm in, if I'm on a vacation, if I'm sick, if I'm whatever it is, I can make it happen nutritionally. It means if you can't give me a protein shake, I know how to get protein. That means if I can't fall back on my quick fix, I know how to make it happen regardless. This is what I want you to pursue. This is what I want you to look for. Then I want you to feel better. Feel better means no matter what you're doing, I want it to be simple. Some of y'all used to be on drill team, dance team. Y'all used to do track, basketball. Some of y'all even play football as women. Yeah, but y'all won't do none of that now. Get them, remind yourself who you are. Mind yourself who you are. But just remind yourself of who you are. Sometimes life has been so rough, we forgot how to do basic things. Then I need you to live better, live better, live better. What does that mean? When we're living better, our mindset is intact. A lot of people think because they lose weight, they live better. That was just your physical health, honey. Because you can actually be a size 5 and have a size 24 mentality. You can lose all the weight you needed to lose and still have urges, cravings, and binge and purging episodes. Yeah. Why? Because it starts up here. And if we don't control what's up here, it eventually manifests itself in a different behavior. Like many of us may not overeat anymore, but we are over obsessed with social media, but we don't see it the same. We might have went from we might no longer eat meat, but we don't account for the fact that we sit around and eat a lot of high carbs. Because why? What's happening is our body is looking for that soothing. It's looking to be soothed. It's looking to be comforted. So what it's doing is it's driving the vehicle to find it in another way. Right? How many people have you met where, well, I get a lot of clients like this. They come to me because they're suffering from what we call orthorexia now. They've gotten healthy all right. They're doing it all right. But now the actual method that helped them lose the weight is causing medical damage to their limbs, their body, their digestive tract. They're having flare-ups, they're having issues. But because they've lost the weight doing that move, they won't stop. No matter what is told to them, this is also a concern. Okay? This is why we talk about sustainability versus objectability. My object is to lose weight. And if that's my only pursuit, then my only goal is to get thin and I don't care about anything else. And as long as I get there, I'm good. Okay. Sustainability is when we're doing things that we can do forever, that we can show other people that they can do forever, no matter what color they are, what size they are. My program can be done at about a size 5 or a size 50 because everyone needs to eat better, feel better, live better. Because it's not about a diet here. We don't diet. I eat everything. My clients eat everything. But it's about learning portion control, nutritional concepts, foundational. What is your nutritional foundation? Do you have a nutritional foundation? If someone asks you what's the basis of your nutritional plan, what would you say? If someone asks you what was the foundational basis of your physical fitness and your physical activity, what would you say? If someone said what was the foundational basis of your mental and emotional meditative state, do you meditate? Do you pray? How do you calm your mind? What are you doing? Many of us will say church, but church is actually more asking than listening because it's a lot going on. But what moment are you taking to sit easy, to be still, to not ask for things, but to listen? This is your foundation of a mental and emotional health. How do you stay emotionally connected? You listen to yourself, meaning you sit still long enough to check the thoughts that you're having. A lot of us aren't listening to the thoughts we're having, so we're acting these things out thinking it's who we are. Okay, you know what? Let me read because I realize it's 7 o'clock on the dot. Okay. Bands. Move the body. One way to start there is BAM. Okay. I started this journey doing high knees, overhead press. Nope, no high knees were first. That's not true. I started with overhead presses, chest presses. I did this for about 4 months. 4 months. And as I got stronger, what started being able to happen is because my legs didn't have any movement, the bands at the time just kept my ankles stationary. Right? Because I was larger. So what we did was we put the bands on my ankles because just doing that with the viscosity, with the bigness of my body helped me to burn. Because what they would do would put the bands on my legs at physical therapy, but then they would make me work my upper body. Because the bands act like weighted weights on my ankles, I was able to begin to strengthen my upper body more. That's where we started. We started with 1, 2, 3. That's all we had the ability to do. We didn't have the ability to do all that. So now today, still to this day, 8 years later, how do I gain weight though? How do I gain weight? You want to gain weight, Alasia? Alasia, do you know your metabolic burn rate? And when your body is most active, your metabolism is most active, have you figured out those two things? For people who are trying to gain weight, there's 2 things you got to learn about your body. What triggers the burning of the fat, which is your metabolic burn rate? Like what time does your body typically feel more active internally? This is why we stay connected with our body. And then you want to learn the rate. Do you tend to burn food quickly and then when you get toward the end? How do I gain weight? That's what I'm talking about right now. Is it Alasia? And then when you get toward the end of that burn down, do you feel a slump? Or are you a person that has high energy from around, let's say 10 till about 5, and then you feel a slump? These things all kind of give you an idea of how your metabolism and energy work, as well as what your cortisol level and your body's overall functioning in terms of fight or flight and your pH balance is doing. These things also relate to issues for autoimmune, your thyroid, and other concerns that may cause you to be rapidly losing weight and are not gaining. If you're someone who's always been thin, There are certain things you can actually do to bulk up the body to get weight. If you choose a low, under natured protein whey, or go with a medium power cooked protein, meaning about 65-degree prepared protein, where your body's able to absorb more of that protein in less amount of time, right? So sometimes when protein is made with soil and stuff like that, because soil isn't good for you because it creates a hormone in it. Look it up. And so a lot of the shakes that we're drinking actually is soy based. So if you drink that one shake with the P, I need you to look at the back, and then I need you to go look up soy, and then I think you'll find out why sometimes you're plateaued and feeling funny after that, and then come back. Okay. So I know a lot of times because it's recommended by a certain job or occupational person, we think that's the only thing, or because it has flavors and I can get cupcake, buttermint, Snickers flavored shake. When you're trying to really look at getting like healthy, you actually want to try to get away from buying a bunch of protein shakes with a bunch of flavors, because that's adding artificial stuff into it. So you really want to get away from tricking your palate outside of fruit, right? Listen to what I just said. It's not that you can't ever do that, but what happens is if you're a person who drinks protein shakes and you put a lot of stuff in them to get them to taste better, what you're still doing is triggering your taste buds like when you were eating other stuff. Now follow me. I'm a person who likes sweet things. If I overdo the sweetness in my shake, when I get done eating my shake, I am craving something else to eat. It's because what was in the shake, what I added in there additionally, added too much sugar that it triggered the craving. Are you listening? If you are out there and you have a shake and you find that you are craving sweet, crunchy, or salty after the shake, it's because the contents of the shake itself is triggering your. That's why you gotta have mindset. See, I know that because I'm aware of my mindset. Because I know that I'm not hungry. I know that I'm actually eating because there's something that's. Thank you so much for the gift, beautiful. Because I can feel the trigger, right? I can feel that I'm full, but my brain is saying, go get something to chew on. So in order to break that sensation, what I'll do is I'll drop a few peanuts or crunchy peanut butter. Instead of putting a lot of other additives, I'll just go with straight crunchy peanut butter and the powder, and that's it. No almond milk, filtered water, filter water, filter water. Not again, almond milk brings ingredients. Remember, everything you put in that shake changes it. If you're getting the pre-made ones, remember, if you start adding stuff in the pre-made, when the pre-made one is made based on what's on that box, you go adding more stuff, it's no longer 4 sugars, honey. Quit fooling yourself. If you go add your if you go add your coffee and your creamer and your caramel and all of that to your protein shake, you realize that's no longer 7 grams of carbs and 7 grams of sugar, right? You see the addictive nature of it. We're adding all that additional stuff because we ourselves are afraid of the taste. But eating healthy taste doesn't taste the same as eating your everyday processed and sugary based foods, salt based foods. It doesn't taste the same. That's why you bring in your mindset and you learn the difference between eating healthy and just eating food. Do you understand? Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Okay, you know what? Let me do my reading. Because this is where the mindset is tricking us, right? 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 Like what I'm explaining to you is if my protein shake says it has 7 carbs and 3 grams of sugar, but I add in crunchy peanut butter, a banana, I add in flaxseed, chia seed, let's say I add in Ionic Supreme, I add in Cleanse. These are all powders, right? Because they're powders. We're not realizing that they come with ingredients. If I add all that in there, you do know that shake is no longer 7 grams of sugar, right? You do realize that shake is no longer 240 calories, right? We do understand that as we are adding more ingredients to our meals, like a salad, if you make a salad from the meal plan, it says the salad with all those exact ingredients with an 8-ounce serving. If it says that salad is 29 grams of protein and 150 carbs, if you eat the whole salad, you know that's way more carbs than 150. So what happens is, although we're doing portion control, because we're adding things, we're not accounting for the added things. So it's causing for some of us a plateau because our body has got used to using weight by restricting. But when you begin to add these flavorings and creams and things like that, if you're caloric restricting, that's what many of you are doing. This is that yo-yo. This is that 3 and 4 pounds on the scale in the morning when you get up. This is that issue that you're having with I'm stuck, I'm not stuck, I'm stuck, I'm not stuck. The reason why it's not a consistent down climb is because you got to watch. When you take it away, you got to watch how you put it back. Right? When we do the 11-day shred on my team, we shred the weight off. And then we don't jump back into eating the things that we were just shredding for our reset. We go little by little and add in those things that we removed, right? We don't wake up from our shred and then eat a whole bowl of sugary cereal. We wake up and we continue to take our shake in the morning, followed by a snack 2 hours later. The difference is that snack is now going to be based in those items that we had removed for 11 days in order to reset our body. During that 11 days, what we are learning in the process is what our body is triggered by. What foods cause us to swell, what's causing us to be lethargic. We're looking for triggers and signs in our actual eating that would be maybe making it difficult for us to lose the weight, sleep better, have clear skin, help with our bowels, help with all those things get better when you look at the holistic part of the weight loss journey, okay? So that's today's morning chat. All right, let's get into it. Day 67. It is written, thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord God of hosts. Principle. Fear becomes evil and bitter when it makes you feel forsaken and rejected. Prayer. Oh Lord God, set me free from bitterness of fear in Jesus' name. 2. I overcome the bitter feelings of fear in Jesus' name. Okay. So first principle for today. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. First principle for today is fear becomes evil and bitter when it makes you feel forsaken and rejected. Remember how I started the live and I said that one of the things that I learned about myself was that fear was one of the reasons why I was able to stay 592 pounds. Fear was the reason why I could eat over 20,000 calories by 8 a.m. Fear is the reason why I could lay in the bed and eat nonstop and not feel faded by the fact that I was wasting my life away. Fear was the reason why I was able to tell doctors that told me I was going to die in 30 days that as long as I'll die with a full stomach. These things, even though fear wasn't the name of the behavior, it was the basis behind the behavior because I was living in fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the unloved, fear of the abandoned, fear of the lost, fear of the broken, fear of the doubt, fear of the worry, fear of the sadness, fear of all those things that my life had taught me that existed. Experiences in my life taught me that those feelings existed and I was living in those feelings not knowing how to get out of them. You know, I remember one time somebody saying, you never get over being abused. I believe that you become, you learn how to work through the feelings and re-identify those feelings as fresh and new, right? I didn't want to be a person that could never get over the man that took my innocence. I didn't want the person that was going to be 50, 60, 90 years old still mad about the man that touched me when he was well living his life. I didn't want to be the person that was still bitter, angry, emotionally broken about the things between my family and I at 50, 60, 70 years old. I don't want that. And so I chose to reprogram, to rethink, to relive, to re-experience these emotions that have been jaded as a child so that I would not continue to live in the world as an angry, bitter, mad person who had been hurt, abandoned, and neglected by people that loved her. I didn't want to be the person who had to walk around with a wall up. I didn't want to be the person that had to clap back to make herself be. I don't want to be that. That's not who I am. And I don't want to be that because of things that people did to me. I'm never falling in love. I hate this. I don't want to be that person. I know that works for everyone else, taking on the bitter, angry, aggressive mode. That's cool. It's just not me. That's not who I am. I think everyone is beautiful. I think everyone is handsome. I think the world has become so rough that we forgot that beauty always existed in all of us. That's the route I choose because, see, I've seen enough hate and enough ugliness, and I just don't choose that. So I avoid people that bring that into my space. I won't be around you. I'll just stop talking to you. I don't want it. And it's nothing wrong with you or wrong with me. I just don't want it because I've been through so much. You see, I've been through so much, you guys. Welcome in, Liz. Welcome in, Ian. Welcome in, Joy. I've been through so much. Coming from my death, dying, and breaking my back, and paralyzed, and learning about all of that. I've been too much. I don't have time to be angry. The prayer says, "Oh, Lord God, set me free from the bitterness of fear." I just talked about being bitter and angry. Thank you, Rizzo, for the follow. I just mentioned how bitter and angry, it'll have you not wanting to, you will fall out with your friend and be mad and don't go to the gym. Why? You mad at, good morning, Jersey girl. You mad at babe, but don't want to go to the gym. Why? That's when you should be in her. Don't get mad at them and go eat a donut. Get mad at them and go run a mile. Don't get mad at the people and go eat a bag of chips. Get mad at them and go do some sit-ups. Right? That emotional eating is real. Get some emotional workout on deck. Get some emotional praying on deck. Get some emotional meditation on deck so that when the emotions become alarmed, when they become alerted, when they become anxious, your first thought is not what can I eat or chew on. Okay? That first thought is now solution oriented. Okay, you know what? I'm feeling some type of way. Let me go walk. Don't pick up the phone first. Let me scroll because that's just disappearing. Because now you're going to disappear into the thought, the very thoughts that you need to get past. We got 6 minutes. February 10th. Free yourself from manipulation. Remember, this journey over here on iRise is as simple as this. I have women right now that have been with me for 3 or 4 weeks, and all I've made them do is 10 to 15 minute workouts every day, high knees and squats. And they will tell you from doing those simple things, they can see changes. Good morning, Big Poppy. Good morning, Beverly. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Joy. Good morning, Brendan. Is it Bread Mom? Bread Mom. Good morning, good morning. Botanical in Love. It's simple things because weight loss really should be wellness, it's longevity you want. So when you build the consistency through self-control and self-discipline in the beginning, the struggle at the end isn't the same. I didn't say I don't struggle. I said my struggle isn't the same. Hi, Kim. How are you, beautiful? I just said my struggle isn't the same. I'm so glad to see you. I wanted to personally apologize for the miscommunication. I didn't realize you had 2 profiles and I was communicating in them both. So I dropped the ball by not confirming that. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Couldn't be better. Feeling great. Looking great. Family is great. Yeah, God is really blessing us in this new year. So glad to see you. Okay. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you? Did I say your name right? Breedman? Am I saying it right, baby? Okay. Free yourself from manipulation. I'm so good to see you too. Yeah, I'm done with my treatments. Well, I've been done with those for months, but it took some time. Well, not months. Well, yeah, because I finished in November, it's February, so it is a couple months. But afterwards I was a little tired, but we're doing natural. Let me take a sip of that right now. All right, here we go. Ready? Free yourself from manipulation. Learn to learn to recognize passive aggressive hits. Learn to recognize when other people have hidden agendas when they're trying to control or manipulate you. When you're being controlled, we may feel guilty, obligated, indebted. In our muddled state, we agree to another's wishes, but we're not sure why. Then we wander around feeling uncertain, unbalanced, confused. The lesson still isn't about them. The lesson is about how we respond. If their behavior, their energy is affecting us that strongly, it's because something in us needs to be healed. A part of us isn't clear, is still mucked up by something old and outworn, such as guilt or fear. Once we heal ourselves, we will know how to deal with their energy, how to handle their passive aggressive behavior and their attempts to control us. Then we can thank them for helping trigger our healing process, for helping us grow. Everything that happens along the way is part of our journey. Everything can be incorporated into our healing process. All roads lead to growth. And I wrote, I declare and decree God's love over and in and through me. And then under the bottom part, I wrote, I release the fears of deprivation of going without. That's one of my fears, is going without love in my life, going without. When I was younger, I was able to accomplish a lot. And so sometimes I fear deprivation because I've had access to a lot of money. And so that can, just like poverty can extend out through your life and have left little hints like eat all your food on your plate, I don't be wasting money. That actually creates a sense of food addiction for some personality types. So we have to be careful about using money as a way to notify people or to lessen them. And what I mean by that is sometimes we'll say, I paid too much money for that. You better. Sometimes we have to find another way because it can change the concept of how that person is perceiving your feedback, right? So like you could say, hey, I hope you really get an opportunity to use that. And that's it, right? Sometimes when we say that additional part, because I paid a lot of money for that, we're making it about us and not about motivating them. If our goal for making the statement is to motivate the person, then the statement should simply be, hey, when are you think you're going to get a chance to do that? That's it. The other part puts another message on it. And if we're going to use it, if we're going to do something for somebody and then weaponize it because they're not using it the way we feel they should because we did it for them, then we shouldn't have done it. And that's what it means by these type of behaviors where you can be the manipulator or you can be manipulated. Because a lot of times we don't know that the behaviors that we've lived in our whole life are actually toxic and inappropriate. We don't know that until someone points out and lays out the diabolicalness of how many of us move and think, right? I'll give you a good example. Say I'm sick, right? But I'll be ripping and running, making sure somebody else got everything they need because they're sick and their kids are good. But nevertheless, I'm actually sick. No one's asked me how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. I'm not getting no thank yous. But the guilt that's been placed in me from that person that I'm ripping around about, which is remind you that some of this action is stuff we've told ourselves. It's delusions that we're living on. Well, if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it. Well, let me tell you something about life. If you don't do it, they're going to find somebody else to do it. They just know that you're going to be willing to sacrifice yourself and cut off your own head to make sure they have breath in their body. So they keep coming to you. So they know that you're going to self-sacrifice your own money, your own time, and your own energy to save them. So why should they have to work hard, learn how to do it, or save themselves? They don't need to save themselves. They have you for that. And you've taken on the role as the martyr. You taking on the role of getting up on the cross like you're Jesus Christ, allowing yourself to be nailed up there. And when no one comes to get the nails out of your hand and legs, you're mad that no one helped save you when you got sick. No one told you to go out there and do all that. That was your choice. So now you have to sit with the choices that you made. But many of us don't think like that. We become angry, bitter, and offensive. So now we're moving around with an attitude and we're moving around with our chest stuck out and our lip poked out because somebody didn't tell us thank you in the right way and we don't feel appreciated. But we should have never been out there doing all that if we didn't have the right thought behind it anyway. I recently did something for somebody and it took multiple hours. It took like 5 or 6 hours. They done seen me about 5-6 times. They ain't said thank you yet. Yesterday when I was in church, I realized that person lacks gratitude. So I can't go to the hardware store for eggs and milk. The hardware store does not sell eggs or milk. They don't sell bread either. I'm not talking about Walmart. I'm talking about a real old school hardware store like an Ace. They ain't got no bread and milk in there. And one of the things I've struggled with in my life, love bugs, thank you, Kim, was going places where they don't provide the items I'm trying to buy. Do you understand what I just said? Y'all didn't catch that, did y'all? It's like you want to buy these bands. It's like you want to buy these resistance bands from Coach Kenya, but you go over to Google and look for them. They not going, well, they might be. I don't know. I have a listing on Google because I have reviews. But the point I'm making is these come from the boutique. So the only way to get them is to go to the boutique. But if I go somewhere, let's say Walmart aren't going to have these in stock. Many of us don't understand that we are going to individuals that do not sustain and maintain the capacity, or they do not keep in stock. Let me word it a little different. They don't keep in stock the merchandise you need to buy or that you need to purchase in the time of need. They have merchandise, all right. It's just not the merchandise that would do good for you. Follow me. Is everybody with me? Now, did y'all lose me? All I'm explaining is that many of us are seeking solutions from spaces that are not capable to provide them. And so we're leaving hurt and bent and broken up. That is why self-soothing and self-resolution is important. Remember, revelation equals elevation. When we begin to realize what areas are our real struggles, not the one we've deluded ourselves to believe. I used to think all the time that my problems were everybody else, and it was my childhood that happened to me and this. But after turning 18, no one else was molesting me. Therefore, any behaviors I was still portraying, after that is on me. I need to go to counseling. I know that exists. I have to now do the work. I can't blame my mother anymore for how she raised me because I'm grown. So I can't utilize my upbringing as an excuse to be out in these streets acting like an idiot or acting mean, aggressive, or whatever because I had issues with my mother. I'm old enough now to understand that that's not on her no more. It's on me now because I'm an adult. So if I refuse to get counseling or get help to get better, then it's on me. I can't blame my past on my present presentation because my present presentation is on me. Yes, people did things to me. Yes, I've been hurt. Yes, I've been traumatized. Yes, I've been broken. Yes, I've been beat. Yes, I've been bruised. Yes, I've been homeless. Yes, I've all of that. Yes, 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 I died. Yes, clots. Yes, heart attack. Yes, stroke. Yes, terminal. Yes, 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 divorce. Yes, lost babies. Yes, all of it. Yes. But it's not happening to me right now, which means I don't have to act like those things are happening to me right now. Which means I don't have to walk around in guilt, shame, pity, low self-esteem, depression, anxiety. I can walk around with joy and hope, regardless if I don't have a penny or not. I can walk around with excitement. I can be happy, regardless if my life ain't what I thought it should be, because I no longer have to live in self-shame and pity because of what I've been through. I'm no longer willing to base my life on the reference of my past experiences because they're jaded. Okay? Because they come from pain. And if I no longer want to live in pain, then I have to be willing to do what? Do some work that's different from before so I don't repeat the cycle of falling into the system. The system on my previous mindset. The system of A equals B equals C equals D. Instead, now I get to understand that, you know what? A may used to equal B, but I'm willing to do the work because I don't want to feel fearful of feeling unsafe because of what happened to me when I was 6. I no longer want to be scared to go to a place and be my best self because I'm afraid someone isn't going to like me. I don't care. But that took a lot of love, self-love, and self-growth. I can go do stuff by myself. I don't have to do stuff with other people. I can take myself on a date. I can invite myself out. Or I can go with my friends. I can go with my booze. I can do both now, but there was a time in my life. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the love. But there was a time in my life, y'all, where I could not do that. I couldn't go to the gym by myself. The fact of me having to sit here and do this while I'm working so that I can make sure my workout gets in because I'm super busy. This was something I wouldn't have been able to put my mind around doing because I'm too broke, get my knees hurt, my back hurt. But if a song came on, I can drop it like it's hot and throw it back like Cardi. But if it came to the gym, my knees hurt, I'm not mobile. Make it make sense. I can TikTok and Rick Rock, but I can't do squats and high knees. Like, pick my poison. And like, it's the same legs doing it. It's the same set of legs doing all them TikTok dances can do them same squats, them same high knees that will help you reach your goals, because you have to have a consistency of moving your body. I used to think it was so cool when people would say, "Oh, I lost all my weight and I didn't work out one day." So you didn't teach your body any type of foundational strength, because working out isn't just about it's not just about losing weight. Working out is a form of physical fitness to keep your body tuned, build strength, stamina, help with your balance, strengthen your core. There's so many it releases a form of healthy endorphins in your body. You guys, there's so many things that are good about just moving. And I'm not talking about you becoming a professional athlete, a bodybuilder, or a bikini model. Everybody that lose weight don't want to become a bikini model. Everybody that lose weight does not want to run a 25-mile marathon. That is not everybody's desire. Some people literally just want to be able to chase their kids around. But to be able to get yourself to that simple concept, you got to start somewhere. That's why I encourage the very things I encourage. I say don't go, no, high knees. You're someone struggling with mobility, build up your strength in your core by starting with sitting flat on your butt, your feet flat on the floor. You can use the chair when you first start out. Lean back. And only thing I want you to do starting out 3 times a day, 10 minutes each, is just like this. Really control. Not this. Because some of y'all core so weak, y'all be slamming y'all legs down. Then y'all hold on to the chair. You ain't even using. No. Use your body for real. It's going to be hard. That's how you're going to know if you're doing it right. Because when you actually set up and you're larger and you fix your posture, this is actually hard to sit like. So that's why if you do it over time, it'll get better. So you're going to sit just like this. You're going to lightly brace the chair. And what you're doing is when you lift that leg, you're not slamming it down. This is where the stamina, the building of your core, the strength comes in. You're going to lift that leg slowly and gently raise it down. Good morning, Yolanda. Thank you, baby. On that other side, slowly, slowly, slowly. It's just all control. I can feel this in my butt, my lower back, my abs, because my core is tight. So what I'm doing is also working that back part, nice and slow. The band does that. A regular knee won't feel the same, but because we have this band on our knee, game changer, working my core, strengthening my breathing, helping my stamina. Some of us get scared of working out because we've been diagnosed with asthma, and anything that makes us exert our breathing, we get afraid that we're going to start wheezing, so we won't go off full point because we're afraid to be scared of that shortness of breath. This, you're talking to a acute steroid resistant asthmatic. I'm actually allergic to steroids that they take for asthma. I know the importance of being able to control your breath when moving your body. So what I'm explaining to you is ways you build up the lung strength. It doesn't start from just going to run somewhere. When you've been plus size, you actually have to be able to build the proper structure and breathing, because a lot of plus size people do not take deep breaths. You don't actually even know you're not taking deep breaths until someone tells you, take a deep breath. And then you realize it feels like you all the time you're holding your breath. Thank you, Kawana, for the gifts, baby. Okay, so what I want you to do is look, simple. The bands are in the TikTok shop. They're only $19. You get $5 off. Simple. This is all you're doing. Leg up. Holding it nice and easy down. Leg up. This is how you're starting. You're doing this 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. That's a 30-minute movement. That 30-minute movement, the next week, not the next day, but you're going to do that for a week or 2. You're going to be intentional about sitting like this, making sure those shoulders are back, that core is tightened, the butt is flat, and you're squeezing everything in here on every knee. I'm squeezing in there. And then I'm breathing. And then if you want to build your stamina and your upper body strength without overexertion, and you want to learn how to breathe, thank you, Bronx Girl. A good way to do that. Thank you, Yolanda. A good way to do this. Can you mention the type of band again? They're right here, beautiful. They're on my website, Winter. Winter, good morning, beautiful. Winter, they're on my website. You're going to go to, click the link in my bio, and you can either go to my boutique or you can go to iRise Boutique on TikTok. If you go to TikTok shop, they're going to give you $5 off, okay, of the bands, and you're going to get all three. So there's actually three of them, okay? And I teach on a regular basis the different small movements you can do with the bands. So if you have more mobility, here's another trick you can do. You take this bottom band, you keep the small on your legs. You take the medium and you put it at your wrist. You turn your hands in and you ball a fist, right? While I'm sitting at work, I'm killing two birds. Good morning, Casey. Thank you. I'm killing two birds with one stone. Now you guys can't see my legs. Let me see if I can see my legs if I bend it down. Okay, yes, you can. Okay, here you go. Look, right here, like this. I'm at work. I got my microphone on. I'm on the phone. Good morning, is it Artzine and Kim? I got my microphone on my phone, my ear, right? I'm at the job, but I can't be letting these people know I'm on their time, right? So what I want to do is I know that after work I got to get these kids. I got too much going on. I can't be doing all that. So I need to get this 15-minute workout done. So what I'm gonna do right now here is I'm gonna go get this bands. Put this band here and this one here. Same page, same page. Then I'm going to do something about like this while I'm on my call. Shh. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling iRise Inc. How can I help you? Good morning. Yes, she's available. Give me 1 second. Please hold.